Hi, in this video we're going to construct a centeroid of a given triangle. So a centeroid is a point somewhere in around the triangle that lies at an intersection of lines that connect vertex of a triangle with a midpoint of the opposite side. So in order to find the centroid of this triangle, I'm going to find midpoints of two sides and the location where a line connecting vertex of the opposite vertex with that midpoint will give me the location of the centroid. So let me find the midpoint of this side here first, then midpoint of this side here first, and then I'll use those in order to draw my centroid. So let me just readjust my compass here. As always, starting with the midpoints, I'm putting the leg of my compass at one vertex, and I'm going to draw two traces in such way that the width of the compass is greater than the width of the half of the width of the segment, drawing the traces on both sides of the segment. And I'm going to repeat the same procedure without changing the width of the compass on the opposite side of the segment, on the opposite vertex, opposite endpoint of the segment. So you can see that I have drawn two traces, and I'm just going to repeat this procedure for my second side, and then I'll be able to use the intersections. Use the intersections in order to let me retrace this here. So tracing this from this side and doing another trace on the opposite side. Okay, so now I have two traces required for the midpoint. Let's just put the midpoints in place. So note, this is I'm just placing my ruler in the right location. The two intersections of the traces form midpoint for this side here. So I'm just going to mark that midpoint on the segment. And then I'm going to repeat the same procedure for the other side. So the two intersections of the traces that I formed earlier, mark the midpoint, mark out the line that goes through the midpoint rather, and this is the midpoint. So now I have two midpoints, and I can draw a line that connecting vertex of a triangle with the midpoint of the opposite side. The name for this line is median. So this line is called a median of the triangle. You can see that those two sides are of the same length. And I can do the same thing for this vertex and this midpoint. So let's just make sure that my ruler is in the right places. So that would be here and here. That's nice. So now I can draw that median connecting vertex with the opposite midpoint. These two sides are of the same length. And the point that I just formed, that point here, let's call it G. This point is the centeroid of this particular circle. And that's a good place to stop.